And so it begins.
Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to the Butz Show Quarantine Radio. This is Michael Butler. I am your host. And we're live. Thank you. That was really close. That was really close. But I love the progress. You know, we're going to get to D-Vibes in a minute, but ladies and gentlemen, joining me right now, it is my great pleasure to welcome to the Butz Show, the one and only Mr. Entertainment, Eric Benny Bloom. How about some applause, Lammy? Is that the big applause?
Well.
I don't think that's big enough. That's better. Yeah! See, you know, we're still doing what we can out here, Benny, but, like, you know, like, we're creating a lot of chaos and sound that you can't hear. So, like, just know that over here, the crowd is going wild. It's a party. You know, who's partying, Benny? We're partying. That's the question. All right, let me pull you up. We need him louder.
Huh?
All right, I think I hear you better now. How you doing, man?
Party.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Eric Benny Bloom. He plays the trumpet. He's a very just a fun, full of energy personality, and he puts it all into his music. It's like when you hear a man play, you know something about him, and then you get to know him and you realize it's true.
I like it.
How long have you been, assertive in that regard? Like, I've seen you as, like, a natural-born entertainer. Like, I've seen the early footage. Like, you have a couple priceless young Benny Bloom as a kid videos going around in this scene. But, how did you harness this ability as, like, a natural-born ham to become, like, the legendary trumpet player you are now?
You know, just it's nothing that really did it. It's just loving life, liking to have fun. You know, I was always like that. I was always like to have just to make a big deal about everything. You know?
Yeah. I mean, you know, like you find it from something. Like my brother and I were talking about Richard Pryor and the Toy the other day. Because like Nigel had brought it up on the broadcast. And, you know, like just the way Richard Pryor, like, did that whole bit with the Wonder Wheel as it was deflating. It was like, there was something like that inspired us when we were little. And all of a sudden, it's just like, you know, you want to entertain all of a sudden. You know that, I don't know, like when something reaches you, it's like, it lights a fire in your ass. Like, I think I saw you do the whole Michael Jackson dance or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think Michael Jackson made me really like dancing. Really like dancing, you know? And,
yeah.
And just being, you know, letting movement through music. Yeah, it was my first experience, I guess. But then, you know, things like Richard Pryor. Like I like to be goofy because it makes everything. Because I also used to watch a lot of comedy. It was like what's the Saturday night comedy they used to have the special?
Oh, what? Saturday Night Comedy? You're talking about Saturday Night Live, or are you talking about like a comedy like
late night, like Thursdays or some shit? I forget what it was.
Oh yeah, I think Comedy After Dark or something like that.
Yeah, but it was like Don Herrera, Kevin Mead.
Yeah.
So many different people, and I just always liked that. And then I used to watch Eddie Murphy at some point. I used to watch a lot of stand-up comedy.
Same.
and like a lot of us did. And then after that, so I'm gonna get my shit going over here. And I just really enjoyed making people. I like seeing people laugh. It's kind of not only the center of attention thing. You know, I like to be the center of attention because I know I could do a good job, so I don't trust anyone else to fucking do it.
I know how that feels.
You know, so it's just fun to know you're doing something funny and people are getting a kick out of it. And you know, I don't feel stupid about it. I don't feel like it's ruining my image or anything. I just always thought it would be funny. It's funny. It's fun to be funny.
Right.
It just makes everything more fun. Passes time, keeps the vibe high, whether you like, you know, and that's really it. It's really simple to me.
Yeah,
So.
and you know, I got to add that at this point, it's really like, I knew you before you joined the band Lettuce, but and you absolutely brought that to the table, and I think you bringing that to the table for them really was like a missing ingredient that shifted their whole sound into a high gear. It was like your fun and your ability to bring out their light-sided vibe was like essential to keep everyone happy and moving forward. It was like really an important spice that was added to the mix when you came to town.
I always feel like, you know, like it's like I'm like kind of like the Dizzy Gillespie shit, like meaning like I like to have fun. You can only have fun and with music, in my opinion, if you're killing.
Yeah,
you know,
right. That's why we stress practice.
Yeah, Michael Jackson, Dizzy Gillespie was a really early influence about having fun and being amazing, because he is, you know. And I always felt that was it. Like he always used to throw stuff at people during recording sessions. He'd do all these funny things, and I just really enjoyed that kind of attitude. You don't have to be all serious all the time, and I like to have fun because I saw that it makes the crowd have more fun. If you're enjoying yourself, they can enjoy themselves, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's kind of what it is. If you enjoy yourself, they'll enjoy themselves, but you have to be really good and pay attention to your music first, because that's what they're there to see. But
absolutely, the music must be served.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, no, it's good, and absolutely, it was some of those. I want to get into like how this alias Eric Benny Bloom was born.
That's just my middle name, Benjamin.
Okay, well, you know, I'm not even sure I knew that, but like you started doing like a web series, like you started like posting content as Benny Bloom, and it just sort of took over.
I think really what it was is that on Instagram, you can take away any part of someone's name. So people would start calling me Benny. They take away the Eric. And then I had, Rich from Chianti, the club in Boston, in Beverly, Mass., which I used to live above the club, literally above a restaurant / music club. He started calling me Benny. And then it stuck. I liked it. And then it just kept going. So I'm going to credit Rich from Chianti.
Now, that's very cool, and I remember those years, like, what a thing, you know, like to live above a club that you would play at regularly. It's like it's a great way to cut your teeth, in a way.
I mean, at that point, my teeth were already cut. I think I was 30,
question.
You know, but you always keep on learning. But, yeah, at that point, I got divorced, and then it was totally amicable and good, just FYI. And then and then I ended up joining Lettuce and Soul Live within a week of each other. And then I moved out. I was already out of the house. I just moved out. I was just getting divorced, and then I ended up moving out. I needed a place to go, and I was just like, I love Boston. I've already lived there a couple times. And then my best friend at the time, still Mike Tucker, the great New England saxophonist, was also like breaking up with a girlfriend, and we decided to be bachelor bros above a fucking jazz club.
Nice.
And Beverly, a beautiful small town next to Salem, Mass. Very beautiful, iconic, like Massachusetts by the sea, and just a lot of fucking ragers there and a lot of single people. It was just it was honestly my favorite time of my life. Up to, I would say.
All right, yeah. Okay, now we got him. D-Vibes.
Oh, yeah. Get this fool out of here. What are you doing, boss? Man, is that Benny Bloom over there? Yeah, you know it, bro.
My God.
That's right.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
I mean, like, honestly, people, like, we are doing this big tonight. Like, I gotta break, see, I had to bring D Vibes in a little late to the party, but I knew the call waiting. Like, listen, like, Lammy's trying to be like, no, you can, like, I'm like, listen, I can't. Oh, I can mute that, like, when it, like, by hitting the thing over. Oh God, when it's plugged in, Jesus, that's a good thing to know. You know what I mean? Because look, this is let's break the fourth wall for a second. This is a situation where stores are closed, delivery services are gone. The gear that you have right now is the gear that you have, okay? And me and Lammy have been like sorcerers over here getting this thing going. But every day we add a new technique, and today is the debut of the simultaneous video feed. Like, this is like there's like several workarounds in place to deliver this audio, to bring D Vibes with you live together with me and Bloom, who's in Denver right now.
To Denver Bros.
Yeah.
Yes. Little C major. Very nice.
You see, this is what's become, like, because this is my peace of mind right now. It's like I get a few people in the room. It's like I'm hanging out with you now. I'm hanging out with you and Vibes, and we're just chilling. Like, before, we were just alone in our cribs, just sort of like quiet, all like toned down. But now it's a party, and guess what? People are hanging out. So shout out to
hanging out.
Shout out to the listeners. So we were back in the days talking about the Chianti years. Talking about a nice Chianti. Anyway.
Very true. I love that.
Yeah, so
that's a good spot.
lots of it kind of like was a prelude to your move to New Orleans. I always thought that, like, the whole, like, like that one little piece of Beverly, Mass has this kind of swinging vibe to it. It's like, it doesn't make any sense, but there's this jazz club. Like, you had Benny upstairs with Mike Tucker. It's like, what's going on? Like, it was like, it was kind of cool. And eventually you made the plunge and moved to New Orleans for a good period of time. And I'm sure...
it was a crazy period, that's for sure. I joined Pretty Lights, and then I got enough money between lettuce. I wasn't making the full money, it's at that moment, and then I ended up moving to New Orleans. I was like, fuck it, I'm doing it. And then that was some of the best. That was amazing too, so for sure.
Yeah, no, and absolutely, like, it's the best place for a horn player to be.
One of them in the world, I would say, and it's amazing. It's fun. It's beautiful, man. It's full of history. I mean, you can't really, there's nothing to really say. I'm sure everyone listening knows about New Orleans, so
without question,
it's just the best place. It's fun. The food, the people, the atmosphere, the weather's fun generally. Just the amount of history and the fact that you can just take time and really talk to anybody, all the old cats and the really real New Orleans people, and you can just play old school, traditional kind of stuff. You can do modern stuff. You can do blues. You can do, like, so many styles you can really delve into. So you don't have to just stick to one, or you can just do one for 3 months and just, like, really get in there, and it's whatever you want it to be. That's why I love it.
I think that's a great way of putting it. It's whatever you want it to be. It's like, you can, like, of course, you could not do anything if you were there, but you could also have as much of an experience as you could ever hope for. But you had your experience, and now Denver's created a new community that appealed to you, and it's called you over there. And I think honestly, it's because cheers. That's exactly where I'm going with that. Yeah. It's like, you had something in the works over there to get a little side business going with your shady horn mate Ryan Zoidis.
Well, the Shady Horns, I don't know if they're anymore, because Sam Kinninger and even BT, Rashawn, and James Casey. So, and Deitch, we're really the Lettuce Horns. We don't play with Soul Live no more. Kraz.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. I feel like I've seen you guys, like, make mention
Lettuce
of that
Horn.
moniker anymore, but it's the Lettuce Horns. All right. You heard it here.
We're here now. Yep.
Wait, delete that, Lammy.
That's good.
Yo, Goody, I got a question for you, man. Since you've been in Denver, how have you noticed, like, your breathing and playing compared to when you're in Denver shedding like you're shedding now, when you go somewhere that it's a lower elevation? Like, what would you say is like the contrast between?
You know, when I moved, you know, when I used to visit here, it was always difficult. When I played Red Rocks and shit, I would barely drink, and well, sometimes I definitely drink, but I try not to drink and don't smoke because it's difficult. It's hard. It's horrible to go up to Breckenridge and shit. It's really tough. But now that I moved here, obviously I'm better. But you know, all of us, we still run up the stairs.
Does that make you stronger, like everywhere else?
Yeah, it's like they train for the Olympics. They train for the Olympics in Aspen or some of these places. You know, certain sports, it really will make your lung capacity better. I don't know the difference when I go somewhere else. Like, I just kind of play, you know. But now I'm okay. Unless I go up to like Breckenridge or Aspen, I will probably notice it a little bit. But I'm cool. Like, you know, it doesn't make a big difference for me. I'm that dialed in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
But it's true.
Yeah, cause I know, like, for me being born here in Denver, it's like I can go anywhere in Colorado and be okay.
Yeah.
You know, because my lungs are, like, adapted to
exactly
to this land.
Mine are getting there until I leave. And then I come back and I'm like, I got to start again.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's cool.
Okay, so let's talk about the wines. Let's talk about the Lettuce Horns working out a wine business out of Denver. Oh, what are you working with today, by the way?
Well,
I can see it. Tell me a little bit about it.
I'm just drinking one of the wines that I represent. If you look in y'all see this shit?
I can see it, yeah. Absolutely.
The back is it's backwards, I'm sure.
Nope.
But it's a Zevro Vine Selections. He's the importer. And then I get this Italian wine, this is a Garganega.
Okay.
Which is a really cool the north of Italy, which is being ravaged right now by COVID-19.
Good Lord.
It
always comes back to that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's a Confondo, which is like a sparkling Italian wine, and it's really dope, as you can see. And you got the bubbles and all that. It's yummy. Tropical fruit kind of vibe, you know, not sweet. No one drinks fucking sweet wine anymore. So everyone's like, I don't like whites, they're sweet, or some stupid shit. You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
now,
fair enough. It's light, it's good.
Bottom line is, I decided to, you know, Denver's got a great scene. There's a lot of big money places here. There's a lot of wine drinking here. Aspen Food and Wine, the biggest wine and food festival is in Aspen. And I always thought there's a lot of young people, and natural wine is the thing that me and Ryan have always been into. And natural wine is wine that's like untouched, the least amount of hands-on. So, you know, you grow it. You try not to add anything unorganic. You use horses or not machines. You hand harvest everything. You don't add sulfur or just a little bit. Whereas a lot of people are unconventional farmers are spraying their crops with all types of herb and pesticides and adding a lot of sulfur, filtering their wines with like they use all types of egg white and derived products, fish bladder derived products. Like a lot of too much intervention.
Gotcha.
To say.
Yeah. By the way, the site, we're showing it on the screen right now. Benny and Zoid Selections. I saw something cool. Lammy was poking around in there, and he pulled up the Benny and Zoid party pack. I mean, that sounds.
That's right.
I'm fully intrigued by the party pack. What are you doing?
I mean, it changed from the original concept, but it's just if you want us to, we send wine. We work with a store here in Denver, the Proper Four. Good friends of mine, McLean Hedges, Mary Wright. Wine and food and alcohol beverage experts. And they have this dope, awesome liquor store, and then I sell them wine like I do all over the state because I'm a distributor. I sell wine. I don't grow wine.
Right.
And or make wine. So then I sell it to this particular store amongst others. But he has the license to send liquor to most states in America. I can't legally do that. So I partner with him, And if you want, you just get on my website, and it brings you to his, and you can get 4, 6, 4, 8, and 12 packs, whatever they are. And there's they're averagely priced. I think the bottle price comes anywhere from 18 to like 25 a bottle, which is really normal. If you're spending $15 a bottle, that's not good. And then we ship it to you, and then you can drink it, and you feel a lot better when you drink natural wine instead of fucking Yellowtail and Mayomi full of, that's headache. That's a headache waiting to happen. And now you really can't go out to liquor stores and everything. This is the perfect time. So
yeah.
get on there.
And a lot of people are taking up drinking in these hard times.
I know.
We gain wine drinkers every day. I believe even one of your own band members has gotten on the wine wagon with. We were talking.
That's very true, Schmeens.
Yeah, Schmeens has like gotten. The COVID is has driven him to wine, but he's like delighted. He's sharing wine with the missus, with the wife, and they're having a blast.
He's enjoying it, because when you drink this natural wine, I will keep talking about it, but. I mean, like, there's a reason why there's a lot of reason why we don't really like wine, because it's like makes you tired. It just doesn't do the same. It's these things, because there's nothing added to them. You feel like we'll take a natural high. You feel exuberant. You have how you share a bottle with someone, that 2 glasses each. You're feeling good, and it's not that expensive. It's a lot cheaper than going to a bar, splitting a $23 bottle of wine. And
sure.
It's something that you really can't get. It's small producers. You're helping small farmers that are dope, doing the right thing, bringing wine from their corner of the world to you. It's not just like going to drink a fucking handle of Jameson. It's like a lot deeper. You're giving money to like local musicians almost. It's like, do you want to hire a fucking shitty wedding band, or you want to hire an original band that's really trying to do something different? It's like
right.
Give your money to the right people.
Absolutely.
And that's really what it is in these times right now. If you're going to be drinking, might as well drink better quality things, not as much alcohol, and help out people that are a chain of, like the people that you're helping out me, and I need the help. I'm a local dude trying to do the right thing.
Sure.
And then you have the importer. The
right.
importer is a really amazing dude who's trying to bring all these natural wines to America. Then you have the winemaker helping out 3 small chains, small people. So it's a really beautiful thing to do. I know if you don't have the money, you don't got a job, don't worry about it. This is for people that are working from home,
right?
That can still afford,
Well, it's quite a lot of us these days, Benny.
Yeah, it is. But if you have money, I'm not trying to make people that don't have money just spend their last money on wine, But I'm not making money. I don't make money from the company yet. It takes a long time to make money from a company. I've only been doing this 10 months, and I think maybe if we don't go out of business because of this crazy time,
maybe
about 1.5 years to 2 years, they'll start to make some extra money. And it's a small business. It's not like I'll make $1 million. It's just
no. But I think it's very cool that you guys went and did this, because it expresses like a passion. And I think one thing I like about the band Lettuce to begin with is that all of you, you wear your personalities just you put them you can. They're just out there. The people get to know you in a way that other people don't. Other bands.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Aren't as engaging in that way.
Music is art, and art is a lot of different things. Food, actual painted, and art, and ceramics, and wood making, wine making, making food, making music, acting, all of these things, dancing. We love all of these things, all of us. And wine is a thing, like food and wine literally connects. It's like the universal language.
Sure.
Like music.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
Art. It's all universal language, art. So you can show someone a piece of art, and they can be like, wow, that'll make them speak to them in their own actual language.
Yeah,
you can interpret it.
Cultivating human
wine,
interest.
Yeah, and wine, same thing. You share a bottle of wine from another country, and you're talking about the different the country, and you're starting to learn about what that land expresses, because it's all about what their actual climate and the soil,
right,
and all of the things that make up that, like the hills of Milan, and what it's like, and you're tasting that experience in a bottle. Or if you have a real Italian dish or a real Spanish paella, it brings you back to that. So, and same thing with music. You hear
absolutely
old school traditional music, you feel like you're walking on Frenchman Street and like, St. Charles and New Orleans. Like, there's so many things that can make you think back to something. So wine is not about getting drunk. Like this wine, I'll drink a fucking bottle tonight by myself and I'll feel good, but
Right.
I'm not drunk by any means. I'm not going driving, but I'm saying.
I don't think anyone's really going driving.
I'm saying, yeah, exactly.
I mean, we gotta make jokes.
You feel charged. I'm about to do a bunch of work on QuickBooks and write some music, and it's just really inspiration. I play way different and express my art way different when I have this particular style of wine. I remember like going on stage. That's what it did. Ryan brought me a bottle of the special Sicilian natural wine, and right before my last Pretty Light show in New Orleans, I had a glass and a half, and I was ready. I was just. Everything felt physically different. It was unbelievable. Instead of having a shot of vodka or fucking, like a beer, like, or which is okay, but it really makes a difference. And I try to always have some around, just to the extent that I made a company.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way about like high-end pot, because like I can even recount a story. Like one of the coolest moments in my life was at this early Lettuce show. When I was still in the band, all the way back then, we played a frat in Northeastern. And,
that's right. Yeah.
And we were at let's see, it was on Marathon Monday. So what we didn't know as Berkeley students, that it was like impossible to get across the marathon from like Berkeley to get to where like the Northeastern dorm was just down.
You couldn't cross Huntington.
We couldn't cross with our gear. I remember I was in a car with Kraz and I think it was Danny Waldman. We were in like a rental van or something with gear, and we couldn't. We ended up like as high as like Cleveland Circle trying to get around it. I don't even know how we made it across, but like we eventually got there. Everything was running late. We were super late. Okay, I think right before we got there, Schmeens had been bitten by a dog. And that's the craziest thing you've ever heard, because Schmeens and dogs are like, they all, like, you see these two get along. Everything was wrong that day, and we played a first set that was just like, it didn't happen. It was just like, what is going on? Like, it just didn't happen. It wasn't a good time. We were all like 18 years old at the time, and it wasn't happening, okay? And whatever. So we went on a break. They had this like giant like vat of sangria, I remember, which was just really impressive. It was filled with like boozed out fruit. We're young, we're living the good life for the first time.
Yeah.
There's like some guy brings us upstairs, and this is what needed to happen all along. It was like some guy brings us upstairs, and there was this little like sort of like a mini outdoor deck right near like a rounded window. So it was like this little mini deck that we had to sort of cram out on. But then like he packed like a bowl of like the most ultra cron that had existed up until like whatever year that was, 94, 95. It was like the best that 95 had to offer. That bowl.
Remember what those days were like?
It was like something that we had never even experienced. Well, we had smoked the cron. We smoked the cron. That was what we were looking for, but that was it. And we each took a hit, and everything changed. Just like one hit, 2 hits. We took a couple hits. We were like, whoa. All of us were just like, nice, and went downstairs and crushed. Like it was that like just like a little introduction of the right thing. Like,
good weed, it literally does change. Like I don't really smoke much more and play, because on trumpet it changes my airflow and the dryness and cotton mouth in my lips, my mouth.
Yeah.
It's some other shit. But if you're really trying to go into a zone and do something different, smoke some fucking weed. You're gonna be on some other shit. I always like, people get a little forgetful, but you can reach other levels you can't with weed. And for me, same thing with wine. Like when I have a glass or just a little bit, like too much, you start to get a little drunky, and then you're like kind of too Hollywood. But just 1 or 2 glasses, and I'm making decisions clean, and I'm like really enjoying myself, and I'm available for the people more, instead of being in my own head about the music as much, even though I'm still going to kill the music. Sometimes I feel that I'm still a little like afraid of the crowd. So I like to be with the crowd at all times. I feel like they give me my real energy. Of course, music does too, but the crowd I like the social aspect of the music, not just the musical aspect. So
yeah, we miss our crowds right now.
Yeah, it's going to be different. I swear, when we come back, everything is not going to be the same, but it's still going to be great.
It's going to be better, bro. When we come back, it's going to be better.
Well, like some World War II shit, like baby, but like as soon as people are ready to come back out, it's going to be, the energy is going to be palpable. You're right. Emperor Palpatine.
Emperor Palpable.
Emperor Palpable. But the problem is, they're not going to be allowing large crowds for a period, and I do think that some people will be a little tepid about just, coming back to large 5,000, 10,000, 100,000 crowds.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I know,
I'm really concerned about it.
I mean, and I love it. So maybe you'll charge more money for the tickets, and it'll be a different thing, but like, just, to be like playing, there's going to be no major, like, Bonnaroo's might not happen for a while, but maybe they will. And then if you start to see more cases rise, then they'll shut again. So who knows? But I just think it's the mental aspect that is really going to be changing some people. But I'm definitely, I play a lot. We all do, but I in particular with Lettuce, just got off the road. We did 2 months pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, you guys just barely made it out of Europe before they started shutting things down.
Well, that's another thing too. But I think we did a lot of shit up to the holiday time through December, and then I did my holidays are busy, and then it was New Year's. We were New Year's all the way. I think I came home in February for like a week and a half, and then I directly went to Europe for another month. So I feel like I've been going since early November kind of thing.
Yeah, everyone I talks to is like just talking about how this is the break that I didn't know that I needed, but I'm able to reconnect with my family. I'm able to do things and study things and learn and practice and regroup.
We all, I think, want, we all, I hope if they start helping us with our bills, and yes, but this kind of vacation we haven't experienced since we were children almost, really. It's like, when you're in college, you have a summer break or a winter break, you can really kind of take those couple weeks and start doing projects, but now we're just so busy, and we make ourselves so busy, and just because we need money. That's why a lot of us are busy. We need money.
Yeah, well, there's that. But there's also, I feel a need to keep it pushing. Like you guys had a lot of things going on. Like you said, you were busy. It was going, and it's like if we sit around and not stay busy and trying to push something forward, it's like it'll be extremely damaging, I think, to my emotional well-being.
Yeah, people just they felt like by chilling and doing what we're doing now that they wouldn't be able to be the same person, or that they'd regress. But I came up with this. I didn't come up with it, but it's like us musicians, we recharge by being alone because you get to practice, be introspective, the whole 9 yards, and then normal non-artists, they recharge. I'm generalizing, but they recharge by coming to our shows, going to see the art that we make.
It is a relationship between it's symbiotic, as I like to say.
Yeah, it's 100%. So that's why a lot of musicians we're like, we're not bored. We can just keep practicing for fucking 10 years and still not. We'll never be happy or complete rather. And we're good, but other people kind of like they don't know what to do because they can't even go to the gym or go skiing. There's a lot of things they can't do. But for us, we're starting to write a lot of music. We're practicing things we haven't. We're doing all these collaborations. So it's like right now, I haven't even started practicing yet, really, or writing. I've been working on my wine business, settling some things up, planning my future a little bit, and just kind of just taking it easy. I'm not really doing a lot of anything. I'm cooking, staying home. I'm really looking up cooking techniques. I'm about to order a really nice knife and a nice omelet pan you only use for eggs. Watch a lot of chefs and just really dial that in. And I'm about to start practicing. I'd like to tomorrow, and whatever. I'm cool. I want people to be safe and not sick, and I don't want to be trapped in my house, of course. But I'm also living in Denver right now. Denver is, Colorado's unfortunately, it's one of the best states in the country. It's beautiful. People are really nice. It's one of the most beautiful places ever, and you have all the seasons here, and I have a beautiful backyard. I have a nice front yard. I can go in my car in 20 minutes, go to a multitude of hiking places. It's it's like living in New Hampshire or Vermont almost. Not like Rhode Island and Boston.
Right.
Or New York or. So I'm just really
sounds
excited.
like a nice blend of both, though. You've got like a Boston-y
really
sort of like cool like city with a with a thriving music community now. It's definitely on the rise.
The music's just go ahead, D. Talk about the music scene.
Yeah, dude, the music scene in Denver is cool, man.
Yeah, it's Wednesday night, bro.
It is. It's Wednesday night and funk night. And, ain't no funk like funk, And it's watermelon season, too. So, hey, it's all coming into place, you know what I'm saying? But the Denver music scene is like, there's so much here that it's so low-key because everything kind of like separated. Like the jam band people only go to the jam band stuff. And the straight ahead people over here, there's a lot of stuff out here, man. Like we got, we get Joe Albright,
Woo! Wait a minute. He does not live here. Hold up.
Yeah, he does, bro. Are you serious?
No fucking way.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna call all the people I need to, and I'm gonna. All right. Thank you. This all makes sense for me.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah. My homie plays keys from stuff, man. He's killing, man. Then got my boy Daryl Walford. He plays
Derek Hodge
last night. There's some cats out here, man. But the scene is like a lot of jazz cats used to come to Denver a lot back in the day because it's got a good straight ahead scene.
A lot of famous
jazz,
straight ahead. Yeah. People come from here.
Kuvo. It's cool, man. It's right in the middle of the country. So
there's a lot of little clubs. There's a major jam band, Grateful Dead, Fish, love here. There's a lot of concert venues. There's a lot of cities to make music in. It's not the most expensive to live here generally. If you do it right, you live outside of Denver, not all smack dab in the middle. There's a lot of good musicians. New Orleans, I love New Orleans. They have certain things. They have a lot of it. Each city has its own little thing. Philly, Detroit, the gospel, R&B, straight ahead scenes are killing. I definitely could use. I think this has a great straight ahead scene. It has a great jam band scene. I could use some more Latin stuff, but there's a lot of work here, and it's just an easy living out here, man. There's not much traffic. People are nice. You can really take the time you want and be the musician you want to be out here. And people will come out. There's a lot of fucking people here that love being outside and love going out and don't watch TV all day.
Right.
A lot of people in Boston and other cities, or I hate to say Boston, all of us used to live there for a long time, but people work a lot, and then by the time they get home and then they have to drive into Boston, park their fucking car, drive back home, spend a lot of money. Denver, it's like you can be anywhere in 15 minutes, 10 minutes. And you could, and it's everything is close, and that really, like New Orleans, it makes a big difference about people coming out. People aren't stressed here. I wasn't ready to move to Denver fully, but I'm glad I did, and I don't have any regrets, and I'm not leaving I don't see myself leaving right now, so that's for sure.
Well, that's that's very cool. Yeah, that's very cool, and I don't see any of us going outside for a couple weeks. So let's just chill out, folks.
I know, huh?
Yeah, I mean, and this is the thing. It's like I sort of set up this show to be like a place for us to all hang out, whether it be guests on the show or anyone watching the show. Just being a place where we could sort of feel like we could just sort of take a load off and sit down for a minute. Because
have you seen the listeners? What's the number jump? Have you seen the jump yet?
Oh yeah, the Benny bump, the Benny the bump bump. It's a real thing.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, man. It's something, and people have been tuning in because it's very hard to know. There aren't too many places that actually hold my attention anymore. I'm finding it very hard to sort of concentrate on the programming that I normally watch. And in a lot of cases, they've changed their format because of this. And it's like I can just see that it's got to go beyond me because I'm famous for like having good attention span. And if this whole situation is affecting what's happening with me in that regard, I can only imagine what it's like. So I just feel like if anyone is finding a safe haven here, like I'm happy to keep going because I know that I am. You know, it's like I don't even want to like think I don't even think about what me and Lammy would be doing right now if we didn't have something to do.
Fucking Lammy.
Yeah. You see, for those of you who don't know, like Lammy has a lot of credits, and we're not going to like roll out his resume today. The day he's ready, we're going to have a dedicated show, and you won't even believe that the biggest superstar that I've talked to is sitting right next to me here in the booth. Oh, we're not putting him on blast today, so be careful.
It's not blast; it's a good blast. But anyway, yeah, he used to do monitors for Lettuce and in front of house at one point, I believe, before he joined the band.
Absolutely, yeah. He was on the road with Lettuce, Soul Live. I think, and he made himself available. He made himself available to basically, all of our friends and all of their projects, much in the same way he's doing for me right now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he is just down for the cause, and he can do all of the things. And he's fucking hilarious. He's good looking, and and all joking aside, he knows it. He's for extreme talented ear and understanding of music and sound more than most people, and it's a big deal. It's a big deal. That's kind of what you need to get. I need to get that point across because, like, he shouldn't be on your show right now. I don't understand what happened. I just found this out. Sorry, Mike. Yeah, it's crazy. Right, exactly. Well, that's the thing. It's like this is his best offer right now. Everything's closed. That goes to show you how dire things are. You know what I mean? That should go to show everyone just how dire things are. But that's why I'm out here, folks, because, like, who else but W. Butz?
That's right.
Right. Anyway, man, like,
Forgive me if I don't shake hands.
Thank you. All right. So, Bloom, you actually sent me a track. I wanted to know about your quarantine and how it's going. You making tracks? I don't know if this is one born out of like your apartment or born out of some other project. Tell me what you sent me here.
I'll just make it quick. Back when I was in New Orleans, I had a multitude of groups I was cultivating and shit. And I wasn't planning on leaving New Orleans. Things changed, and I wrote I had a bunch of cool tunes, and I was playing a lot of funky vibes, and I just I wrote this song, 4 different songs. Some have vocals, some don't. I'll be releasing this in a couple weeks. Called Who's Partying?
Who's Partying?
It is, Benny and the Late Bloomers. But I don't really do a lot of playing with like this anymore. I'm playing with Lettuce so much. I want to do other styles of music, and I'm not really doing this particular vibe too much anymore. But I think it's time to release it right now, and so this is called Friends and Ragers, kind of like a funky, just cool tune. I wrote all the parts, and it's me and who's on this fucking track? I use different people for each track because in New Orleans there's so many dope people that I work with. How are you gonna only use one drummer for four songs?
Right.
So I believe this is AJ Hall, the great drummer who plays with John Cleary, Nigel Hall, Andrew Yanofsky, who plays with Boogie T, and Chawa. You have, what's his name? Ari Title plays with Chawa. A lot of great musicians in this thing. So check it out. It's funky.
All right, we doing it. We partying. This is Friends and Ragers. Benny. Thanks for joining me here, and I'm glad to hear that you're in good spirits and doing well.
Thank you, brother.
And I don't know what I'm going to do on the other side of this break, but maybe you'll still be here, maybe you won't. I think we're going to talk to Dex. Everyone remember? Oh yeah, Dex. He got on a plane leaving Australia. What happened? We'll find out.
Is he back?
We'll find out next. Stay tuned. This is Friends and Ragers. Let me just stop that right here. I don't know how that happened, but let's undo that, okay? Let's take that again. It was dope. Wait, I kind of want to do that again. Okay, before we actually play the real song, I'm going to screw it up again, all right? Let's do that again. I was like, what is this? Is that real? No, okay, all right, never mind. Ladies and gentlemen, I had the best intro. And we're going to get that in post. We're going to get that in post. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Eric Benny Bloom, friends and ragers on The Butz Show.
Forgive me if I don't shake hands.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Michael Butler Butz Show, quarantine edition of quarantine, good old-fashioned, wholesome quarantine fun. You know what I mean? And I brought everyone back, ladies and gentlemen, Jack and such. I've got Benny Bloom with me. He's still there. Wait, hold on. I got to, D-Vibes is always doing this. Hold on one second. Hold on. And I got D-Vibes. D-Vibes is here.
Oh, yes.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's find out what happened to Uncle Travelling Dex from Down Under. Got on a plane as they were shutting down a continent. And did he make it back to the US of A, to his home soil? Ladies and gentlemen, Dex with no last name.
That's me.
Yeah!
Yes.
I did make it back. I am in the United States of America.
Yeah! Can I get some applause, Lammy? We're working on the applause. It needs to be bigger, but that's like I'm more excited than those applause about this. So until we find an applause that matches my excitement level, we will fight on. Okay. Anyway,
and hard fought win.
Yeah, hard to do. So yeah, Dex is back, and like I saw that like it didn't take you but like an hour to find like the stickiest of the icky. It looked like.
Oh yeah, it was waiting for me. It was waiting for me.
So yeah, so basically, what's it like smoking the free man's herb again?
I've been sleeping for 2 damn days, I think. I don't even know how many days it's been. It's a confusing situation for me. I left on a Tuesday. I had 2 flights on the exact same day, both of them boarding before 10 o'clock in the morning in different countries. Shit's bananas.
Yeah, it's like you got on one flight at the same time in 2 days.
Exactly.
It's kind of bizarre.
It is. It was crazy. I flew out. The plane was packed getting out of Australia. And then I landed in LAX, which is like a fucking ghost town.
Wow. See, I glance over nothing because all of us, I think, are really just you're like the last person who's going to have a look at all of these airports for some time. You know what I mean? So, like, tell us what that was like. You landed in LA.
Well, first of all, we get on the plane, right? We're sitting on the tarmac in Melbourne, and they're like, they make this announcement over the loudspeaker. They're like, would the passengers that just arrived off a cruise ship please press the call attendant button? Wow.
Oh, yeah, you told me about this, dude.
And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? This is going to be a joke. We sat there for an hour while those people got cleared. An hour.
Of course you fucking did.
Oh my!
And they were like, the thing was, they're like, so just so you know, if anything goes wrong, they're not even letting us. If things went wrong on that airplane, they weren't even letting us back into Australia. We would have been like Tom Hanks in the terminal, just sitting.
That's what I was afraid of. You would have crushed it at the terminal, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the remake would have been incredible with you as the star, dude.
Just me on a plane getting uber frustrated.
No, just like coming back like, okay, Dex, like, well, this is what I thought was going to happen to you in Melbourne. You know what I mean? Like, you were going to be like a man without a country, and they were just going to be like, well, here you go. Here's the door. You can sit in this room, like, legally, and then nowhere else, Like, huh?
Yeah. It was a 14-and-a-half-hour flight with a face mask on, just with me giving everyone the suspect eye whenever they walked by me. They seated me near the emergency exit. I was like, they're like, are you fit and able? I was like, yeah, first one out the door. You bet your damn ass I'm fit and able.
Well, I'm so glad that you made it through. So L.A. and then tell me about where you flew back. I mean, East Coast you flew into. What was the vibe there?
So getting into L.A. was crazy because I've got one name, Butz. It's never easy for me to get through customs anywhere.
That's why I made sure that everyone understand that there's a rebranding going on here. Dex, you might have known him with a last name. Everyone, because it took everyone a long time to figure out that your last name was Tur. So we have, yeah. So now that everyone got on board, oh yeah, Dex Tur, I get it. No, it's just Dex. Okay.
Now it's just Dex. Yeah.
It's no name Dex. It's actually not Dex with no name. It's no name Dex.
Yeah, it's technically it's unknown Dex,
Dex from parts unknown, weight unknown.
which is just
Dex unknown.
That's like instead of Mr. X, it's Mr. Dex.
Yeah, exactly. Unknown Dex. I'm like, well, a couple people know me. Like, what the fuck is this? You know?
Dude, I think you're Mr. Dex to me now. Your first name is Mr.
That works.
Just like Mr. X, the legendary jobber. Shout out to one of the greatest to ever do it. Anyway, yeah, like what the hell? So like,
I cruised through customs, no questions. They were like, you been in any other countries? I was like, nope. They were like, have a good day.
All right, you got your shit. Get the fuck out.
It took less time than it takes me to get into any airport anytime when there's not a fucking pandemic. They were just like, all right, later.
Sheesh.
It was ridiculous.
So you've initiated like the RV quarantine plan, haven't you?
Well, right now I'm still in a hotel. I stopped off. I had to get my sleep. I'm at a hotel. I'm in the beautiful state of Rhode Island, familiar to some of us.
Yeah,
those.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I didn't fly into Rhode Island. I flew into Boston. Same situation. There were maybe 15 people on my plane. They spaced everybody out so nobody was near each other.
Yeah.
And we land in Boston, and they're just like, get your shit and go. Nothing. Nobody, no questions, no nothing.
Yeah, like, I would think that they should be handing you a CDC flyer, like greetings from around the world. Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you.
Same shit for me. When I came back from fucking touring everywhere except Italy in Europe, it was a week and a half, 2 weeks before you got back.
Yeah.
And same thing. They're like, have you been to China or Iran? That's all they asked. They didn't even ask about Italy. And they're like, nope. And they're like, okay. And then no one was questioned. We got off the plane. No one had the temperature thing. They let a lot of people in the fucking country that might have had it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, probably.
Same even now.
Yeah, and then you find out things like about like that one, what was it, a soccer event in Spain that had they not done that event, like Spain would not be where it is right now. Just one event.
It's amazing, bro. Anyway, you keep going, Texture. I'll talk after.
Well, Benny, I mean, first of all, that European trip looked amazing, and I got to tell you, you looked stunning on that red carpet. Just stunning.
Oh, thank you. It was, it's been quite a whirlwind, bro. Kobe died as soon as we walked in there.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And that's his house, Staples Center. So it was really fucking weird. And then we lost, and I was all pissed I got drunk.
Well, no one blames you. The fix was in.
Anyway, so what were you doing in Australia, bro?
So I was out on tour doing my little fucking tour thing, and like I've said it before, my tour got canceled, but I can't complain because I was literally the last person I know in this business who still had work, who still had touring work.
Right.
Yeah, 100%.
So it was expected, and my big dilemma was whether or not I was going to stay there or come back, but then everything there started getting a bit hairy, and everything here started getting a bit hairier. And I was like, I got to get my happy ass back to America. I got to get with the people,
And it's expensive. My ex-wife's Australian. I almost moved there, and then I joined Lettuce. You can believe that.
Yeah, he just speaking of which, Lammy just dropped a red carpet Grammy shot, like in your chat window for the audience to see.
How good? How good?
Latency wise, yeah. I mean, it's there now, but I can't see it until it comes. It gets confusing. It's in the future. No, I know. I can see it. I can see it. I can't see it. I got.
Hey, Butz,
screens.
If you raise your hand, let me see how quick it shows up on the screen.
All right.
I wanted to do that the other day.
Hand raised.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, good.
It's like lightning, you know what I mean? It's like it gets closer. It's like
the butt storm is upon us.
Exactly.
Oh, that was like 10 seconds.
That's why I need you, Dexy.
That's like a 10-second delay.
Oh yeah. Well, we're in the future, bud.
This is fucked up, man. I'm serious.
Yeah, the storm's getting closer, bro. Dude, this is too much fun, and these are like, here we go. Every night I find myself saying like, what a crew that I've been blessed to have on the phone to do exactly this with. Like, This is all of the dreams come true. Like this is, if there's one good thing that's come out of this, and there has been a lot of good things that have come out of this, but one good thing is, like, from my perspective, is this format and the introduction and my ability to sit down and hang out with all of you guys in a way that we wouldn't have done this if I didn't decide to go on the air. And this is like working for me right now. So thank you.
It's a beautiful thing. It is.
We're happy to be here.
Well, I really appreciate it. So so Dex, okay, so now that you're back, you're gonna lay low for a little while, and
I'm gonna lay low. Switch into the RV. I'll be RV quarantined tomorrow.
Yeah, I was quarantined. I just my last day today.
Nice. Good to hear. But not like as you can't go out and celebrate. That's the problem.
No, but the sad thing is, if I went out and got groceries. If I go out of my house and I touch one thing, or even now, I could be quarantined. I don't know if I have it. So therefore,
man, you just gotta wash your hands.
I know, motherfucker. I know, but it's just you never know.
That's hey,
fucking
man,
weird.
I just seem like, man, you can get it if someone's doing it too hard. So you never know.
Yeah.
I can't
You
hear
got to keep people away from you. That's the key to it. And I found out a way accidentally when I got back to America. And it all started because these three little kids were making fun of me for wearing a mask when I was stopping in a gas station on the way back.
Wow.
They're like, look at this kid with the mask. And I just turned around and I went, I just got back from Italy.
That's horrible, but amazing.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen,
back right on.
No Name Dex. Oh, bro, I miss you. I'm so glad you're stateside. I'm actually calling you on your regular telephone number, which means you're freaking home, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm back, baby. I'm in Rhode Island. Rhode Island's crazy. Benny, do you know what's going on here?
I mean, I know what's going on everywhere else, but what do you mean? What's going on?
So if I had flown into Rhode Island instead of flying into Boston, the governor's got the National Guard at the airport greeting airplanes and taking down their contact information for where they're going to be quarantined.
Oh, they'd quarantine you?
Well, you got to go into a 14-day quarantine, or the self-isolation quarantine.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just what I was saying. Like, why isn't they? That was what why aren't they handing you a flyer from the CDC about the guidelines?
It's really fucked up. It's really fucked
not
up.
In LA, not in Boston, but in Rhode Island, they're taking down your contact info and checking back up on you.
Oh, see, now that's good to hear. But why? It's just
Finally,
amazing.
Rhode Island's got something together, huh?
Unbelievable.
Right?
We were telling stories about Buddy Cianci stories, not the stories about Buddy Cianci, but we were telling stories about stories. So, yeah.
You know I was his favorite musician, right? Actually,
is that a fact?
There's an actual fact. I played his daughter's wake. I played his
Wow.
Christmas party every year. Okay.
Oh my!
I was a guest on his show many times, his radio show. I used to play a club that his chief of staff owned, and he would be sitting there every night, no matter what, with his newspaper doing the crossword puzzle, eating for free, and he sat in on drums twice. Thank you.
Jesus.
Oh wow! Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Eric Benny Bloom.
Benny Bloom, the anti-corruption trumpeter.
the anti-terruption.
All right. I'll take it. We're gonna go with that.
Yeah,
How about it?
How about it?
Oh.
Hey, Dex, do you have an accent? Let me hear your accent. You got an accent here from Australia? Or what?
I don't, but I love some of the things they say over there. One of the big things they say, I love, they go, you say something, you'd be like, oh, well, this is fucked and this is fucked and we got to get this done. They look at you, they go, no dramas.
I know worries, mate. No dramas. Yeah.
No Walker.
No Walker. Yeah, there you go.
No Walker. I did eat me a Vegemite sandwich.
Oh yeah, and I hear they're disgusting.
You really, the key is not too much Vegemite. That's the key.
Yeah, it's B12. It's like Marmite in England. They have that in England.
Yeah.
It's really disgusting, but it's good for you like a motherfucker, man. It really is unbelievable.
Yeah.
But yeah, did you have a sausage roll, mate? Yeah.
So I didn't. I'm still not doing the meat thing, but they had like the vegan sausage rolls. Those were good.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
The other thing they do is the big sausage sizzle. The other thing that I didn't really realize was a thing out there is how bad like the flies are and how much Australians just don't give a shit at all.
Dude, it's the jungle out there, bro. It's weird.
You can tell how Australian somebody is by how long they can talk with flies on their lip without swatting them away.
Right.
It's difficult.
Fucking
Yes.
It was awful.
Like, yeah, mate.
Wow.
Oh, I just, I had a sandwich that I didn't really understand. It was fine, though. It's amazing. I hope you love it.
No, Wakas.
Yeah, no welcome, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's different world.
Hey, Dex, did
Yo.
you fucking know that my first night on tour in fucking Glasgow, Scotland, you told a group of people to come see me, a bunch of girls, and they were like, do you know our friend Dex? I'm like, you do not know Dex.
You don't know Dex.
And I'm like, get out of town. And you hung out with them in fucking like Scotland? You stayed with them or some shit? And
Yep.
and I'm like, how the fuck? I come all the way across the world. I still got to fucking deal with Dex right now. You got
I got a phone call from.
That's the way it is, isn't it?
Bloom, I got like a video call from Scotland from Bloom while I was in Australia.
Yeah, it was really cool just the first day you're on tour to meet people from, like I've always wanted to go to Scotland, and they were cool, and didn't even know about the band, and all of a sudden I have a good friend of mine that told, it's just a really good connection. It's just fucking weird how the world works, man. It's so dope.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they're great people for sure. Shout out.
I mean, they were fucking hilarious. It was unbelievable.
Yeah,
Just the accents. Oh my god.
Glasgow's beautiful, man. I know we've actually been talking about all going out there this summer.
I mean, I want to go to, I haven't gone to Ireland yet, but I want to go and explore all of the hills, the countryside, the coastline. I mean, it's very modern. There's good food, all types of good food, even though their own food is not the best, but you can get anything you want there. So
Glasgow's it's like an epicureal, just culture center. It really is.
It fucking is. I can't, out of all the places, I mean, it wasn't my favorite place, but it was one of the top 5 places. Like Scotland and Ireland really are something else. I can't wait to go back.
Yeah.
Very cool, guys. It's just so nice to have you guys hanging out. I feel like I want to sit back and let everyone get caught up. This is so great.
Nice, right?
Yeah, it's just relaxed. D, what are you up to? I mean, I check in with D Vibes every day, and we all know that no matter what the world is doing, whether you can go inside, outside, upside, downside, D Vibes is making tracks.
I got it all
day.
D Vibe, did you find those grits? Did you find those grits?
Man, you know what? Ain't none in no store.
You can't get grit? What are you talking about? In Denver?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's fucked up.
Hey, one of our listeners, if you have access to grits, contact the Butz Show, and I'll pass you Vibes' information.
This is awesome, guys.
I'm telling you, man, because I'm not an oatmeal guy. I don't like oatmeal.
However, you are talking. Sorry, you are talking to the biggest oatmeal guy out there right now.
Wow.
I'm serious. I am like the new Wilford Brimley, for real. Yeah, I'm coming for his job. I love Wilford. This is an impression I'm stealing from my brother. He just looked me in the eye once and was talking about Wilford Brimley from Cocoon, and he's like, "Won't grow old and won't never die."
Wow.
Never die.
I love that movie. Holy shit, dude.
Dude, I love me some Wilford Brimley. He's got the greatest mustache in the game. I mean,
He definitely did.
It's a beautiful stash.
Yeah.
There's just so much good cultural reference with the diabetes and all that. I mean,
diabetes.
That meme lives forever. That's the thing is I want to talk about what we really remember him for, and not just diabetes. I mean, what a great thing that is. I mean, the commercial anyway.
It transcends.
He's known for a disease.
He's known for a disease.
When I was talking to the younger generation, I said something where I said diabetes. And they were like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Wilford Brimley." And they're like, "Who's Wilford Brimley?" I pulled up a picture of him on my phone. They go, "Oh, that's the guy that they have cats that look like."
Right.
Wow.
Cats.
Wow.
That's a thing, huh? Cats that look like.
I think it's all humorous. What is it? Posthumous. Posthumous. You got great posthumous.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sure. The fact that he lives on,
Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious! So yeah, are we hitting the wall, guys, or what do we think?
We are. We're hitting the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Is that what just happened?
Which wall? Is it a funky wall? Can we break through the wall?
We can break through. That's what I'm saying.
No, you guys enjoy yourselves.
All right.
Benny's got to do a thing.
All right, that's what I thought. Benny, thanks for joining us, and I'll wrap up with the crew over here. We love you, ladies and gentlemen. Eric Benny Bloom from Lettuce. Check him out. Lettuce Teach if you want some trumpet lessons. There's a program going on that will see to it that you can actually take a trumpet lesson with Eric Benny Bloom. We also, thank you, Lammy. We've got orders at BennyandZoidSelections.com if you want some wine delivered to your house.
That's right.
That's the move right there.
Orders at BennyandZoidSelections.com. I just want to type that into my browser because, like, that's a cool website right there. Benny and Zoid.
It is. You're gonna
Benny and
enjoy
Zoid
it,
Selections. And get yourself a party pack.
That's
The
right.
guys are familiar.
So anyway, thanks for joining us, Eric.
Thank y'all. I love all y'all three and Lammy, all y'all your best. Stay safe. And
Love you, bro. Benny.
let's do it again.
All right, you got it. Do it soon. I don't have much plans coming up.
There we go. Later.
Later. All right. So hey guys.
Have you ever sat down and drank wine with Zoidus and Benny?
Yeah, of course.
These guys are taking their shit so seriously. If you're serious into wine, if you like wine, these are guys that they're not looking out for the most expensive wine. They're looking out for the best. They're looking out for the organic. They're looking out for the unknown. And I mean, every time I've sat down and drank wine with those guys, I've learned. And I know shit about wine, but every time I sat down and drank wine with those guys, I've learned things I didn't know.
Oh, without question. And that's like, yeah, both of them each in their own way. And that's kind of how it tied together. It's like you have, like, I've known Zoidus for a very long time, and he just, you could be eating the same food, but like Zoid, like just like seems to get more out of it. Like he takes he cuts with a little bit more care. It's like he takes like when he eats something, he really processes it with a real joy and like depth. You know what I mean? And it's just like he's such a connoisseur that like he'll constantly be serving you up. But like if he has something that he's especially proud of, he will absolutely say, "Hey, you know what I mean? Hey, Butz, come over here." He's like, "You should try this." It's like, "Here," and then he lets he's like, "Oh, it's just like he's so on top of that. It's unbelievable." Yeah. And then Bloom is the same way, and the two of them get together, and I think it's a really good thing. I like and Schmeens, is way into it now. It's pretty funny actually.
I like those Schmeens. Schmeens is killing it in the healthy game these days, man.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, he is.
It's just a thing. Like, he got really devoted to eating right and working out, and he's, Schmeens is like a real wrestler in his heart. You know what I mean? He loves being he loves the pose down. He likes working out. He likes like growling at me. He's like, "Butz, look at it." He's like, "I've been working out." He's like, "I've got a 6-pack." I'm like, you got like a 4-pack of tall boys. See what I'm saying? It's like you got a good 4, but the other 2 like have been cracked open, perhaps. You know what I mean? But you're getting there. But he's lost like 40 pounds, and you would never really think he was overweight. But it's amazing what happens when you start eating right. All of a sudden, the weight it just falls off you once you start putting the right food. It's amazing, like how much better you feel too. Like
I think he said it started with cardio, with just doing some cardio and eating right, and then next thing you know, there's some push-ups and some pull-ups, and next thing you know, he's down 30 pounds.
Yeah, and next thing you know, what did he say he was up to? I think he's like his big milestone is 100 push-ups. And I think he's like right there. I think he's right there. He's like at like 90 or something.
He's pretty close.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. And he's checked. So yeah, like now is a good time, folks, because you don't want to go to the market to slow down with the diet, start eating better food. Don't eat so much. And while you're cooped up, if you feel cooped up, you should work out. Start doing that like prison regimen. That's my whole take on this. I'm gonna end up with I'm gonna learn harmonica and do push-ups and sit-ups every day, and it'll be just like lockup. And that
there you go. I'm ready to do the same thing.
It's cool, man. So and I can't wait till we get the go ahead to send that RV and put that RV in motion.
Oh yeah, sure. Well,
is that thing running?
It's either going to be the yeah, of course it runs. It's either going to be the go ahead or it's going to be the shit hit the fan. Either way, the RV's going through.
Well, dude, if the shit hits the fan, like I'm in there with you, and we're just gonna see. Yeah. We're just gonna like Thelma and Louise it.
Well, we're gonna do a lap. We got some people to pick up, but it'll be a fun fucking bus.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, y'all pick me up a long way.
Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah, we're probably gonna. You know, you got the good mountains there, man. We might just come and grab you and then just tuck right into those mountains.
Yeah, I mean, like if we can get over the line to Canada, maybe we'll make it, boys.
Maybe we'll make it, boys.
Oh Jesus!
It's an old RV too, so if we got to crash through a police line, we can do it.
You know, I've seen all the movies. Like, you know, you can usually like dip around. Like, what if we just can't tip over the RV? Like, you know, they do it.
It's a dip around RV.
Right. You don't want to. We can't capsize the RV, but like, you know, maybe if we like hire a stuntman to do the driving, then maybe we can pull it off.
We just got to find one on the way. They're all sitting at home.
That's what I'm saying. Like right now, you can do anything in business because nobody has nothing to do. I have like CEOs like ready to like do me favors because like, you know, they've like the stimulus is taking care of their you know, like their like stress to you know, pay their workers. They know that they've got it covered, so it's like, yeah, as long as we're shut down, like, yeah, let's party, let's do this. You know what I mean? Like Butz show. You know,
exactly.
Anyone wants to like assimilate into the Butz show like the Borg, you know what I mean? Like, come on in. Strength in numbers. We're going places, folks, and you know what we're doing right now is taking you with us. So let's do this. You know, I'm ready, guys. I think that's the note to get out on tonight. We did like a full party right here. I think you know, party's over.
That was a good one.
Party's over.
I don't think we're getting anywhere past Benny being the favorite trumpeter of Buddy Cienci. I think that's the peak on this one.
Oh my God! It's like John Lammy gets a Wilford Brimley drop out of nowhere. Yeah, you guys can't hear that, so I have to you know, give you the play-by-play. But it was worth you guys knowing about because it was the bombshell. Like, it shows me that like the boot camp over this last 8 days has worked.
Yeah.
John Lammy, radio producer.
Shout out to Lammy.
Put it on the resume, folks. All right, here we go. Little wrap-up music for those of you who can't hear it.
Here it is.
Well, everybody, we have indeed arrived at the end for today, just today, of the Michael Butler Butz Show, Quarantine Show, Quarantine Radio, Quarantine Studios. If you hadn't got it, you were some sort of quarantined up in here, but it's cool. It's cool. No big deal. But, you know, I just want to thank you all so much for being a part of this. You know, it's important. I feel like things are not ever going to be the same in life again when this chapter of American and world history concludes. There's one thing that I know for certain, and that's we'll know who our friends are, ladies and gentlemen. And, you know, two of my closest are the ones that are still on the phone right now. Shout out to D-Vibes and Dex from down Route 95.
There it is. Close now.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I got some things planned for the next show. I think tomorrow is Mikey Carubba from Turkuaz. I think we can officially announce that we'll be talking to Mikey tomorrow. And Turkuaz is planning on releasing a major concert film. It was like something they wanted to do, take it as seriously as, you know, Stop Making Sense. You know, they wanted to make a concert record, a concert movie, like a full movie. And they've done it. And we'll be releasing it, I believe, at the end of the month. So we're going to talk to Mikey about that and just how he's doing. And you're both welcome back, and so are all of you. Please come, share, tell everyone. We're trying to have a good time out here. You know, I don't believe that everything. Wait, you know what? I could have wrapped it up. I'm not done. All right, I'm starting over my wrap-up music. Let's just do it all over again, because honestly, like, we're reaching out. You know, obviously, it's a labor of love, and I'm going to do it whether I make $1 or not. But it would be great if I could, you know, invite you to give some donations to myself and John over here. We're working hard for you. The Venmo is at Butz Show, Butz Show. If you want to toggle the color wheel, let me go right ahead. please do. But anyway, I just think it's fun. I like fun things. Okay, I like having fun. This is what we're doing. Please, everybody, join in. We're going to do some more call-ins in the future. I just, it's such a pleasure to talk to Eric Benny Bloom. Once again, thank you to Bloom for calling in. It was a cool track he played. Sorry that I came in at double time. I mean, that was crazy. Somehow I tripped the sync button, but I don't even know how that happened. It's like, how am I supposed to know that I accidentally hit a button at some point along the way, and then I hit play, and then it's lit up? I'm like, oh, what? Huh? It was like the 8-bit version of the Benny tune. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I still got, what is this? 30 seconds of wrap-up music, so you've got 30 seconds more. That gives me a reason to think that maybe I should put something on for the people, but it has to be something a little obscure. Oh, you know what? I'm going to find something. I know exactly how to do this. It's like this is not the first time I've ever been in that situation. But,
certainly not.
Yeah. But anyway,
I did a.
Yeah. What up, D-Vibes?
I did a live stream earlier.
Oh, that's right.
Just played a little funk.
Because you do a Wednesday night residency, and Barely Dead had some live streams going, and D-Vibes got his live stream going on behalf of what's going on. Let's see. I can't figure out what I should play.
And then you got me on the other side who just now realized it was Wednesday 5 minutes ago.
Oh, really? Yeah,
man.
That's another thing. It's really hard to sort of stay on top of that. Now more than ever. I know I said I was wrapping up. I'm not really wrapping up anymore. But honestly, it's the days are really starting to blend into the next. I was talking to someone, yesterday, it was Monday or Tuesday, it was Sunday. I'm like, oh, so tomorrow, Monday. I'm like, wait, I don't know what day it is anymore. It was I didn't know.
We're living in one long day. One long day.
Yeah, man. So
we wake up when the sun rises the same day.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's see. What are we doing here? I still don't even know what I want to do. Maybe I'll play that Neighbor track again. I think I have that handy.
That's a great feel-good song.
Let's see. Where did that end up? Oh, yeah, I see it right down here. Well, hold on. Why I Like You. Let's see. And we're out of here. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you, bro.
All love.
Number one.
Time. That time we both got so high. I put the fan on upstairs for some air while you looked in the mirror and played with your hair. You buzz around like a bee. Your blue eyes look like the sea. I'm so in love that it hurts to be me. I can't believe that this sweet love is for free. I know why I like you. 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 You know you're wild like a fire. spin me round like a tire. I took for granted this thing we call fun. Now I'm an outlaw without any gun. You know I'll never dispute. This love is strong like a root. Make me remember how it feels to be young. You are the reason that this song should be sung. 'Cause when it's cold, I'll heat you up. And when it's hot, I'll cool you down. I ain't walking out the door without coming back home. And if you're mad, I'll make you laugh. And if you're sad, I'll make you smile. It's those little things you do that make me wanna be with you. I know why I like 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 you. Send us off to war. Sweet liberty, take a bow if the fight's for. They say that all good things must come at a price. How long till the little ones know the fight is right? If the new war blues don't get to the it ain't. And they gonna hang around. That's all, that's all. That's all, that's all. Whoa, the new law blues. Don't get you the nickname. When you ask yourself, who's wrong and who's right? The new law blues. Don't get you the nickname. They're gonna hang around that long, that's all, that's all. How long, that's all, that's all. Ain't gonna hang around that long, that long. That's all, that's all. How long, that's all, that's all. How long, that's all, that's all. How long, that's all, that's all.
Forgive me if I don't shake hands.